If you're using Google Sheets, there's a function you can use called mod. And what that does is it divides two numbers and returns the remainder. Modulo is another word for remainder, and MOD is short for that word. All right, so let's take a look at the function so that you understand how to use it. So let's first find the remainder of when 10 is divided by 3. So we will hit equals and we'll type out MOD. That's how we get this function. First, it wants the dividend, which is the term for what's being divided. So in this case, that's going to be 10. And then it wants the divisor, which is a number that's being divided into that number. So we will say 3. And that's all you need, just 2 inputs for this function. We'll hit enter. And what it returns is the remainder, or the modulo, of that division problem. So it just returns a 1. Now let's look at a few applications for this function. We'll go down and we'll write out a series of numbers. We'll say 4, 5, 6, 20, 22, 24. And we're just going to see if those numbers can be divided by this column of numbers. 8, 9, 10, and then 7, 6, 5. All right, so all you would do is you would just write out the modulo function, so MOD. The dividend is going to be 4, and the divisor will be 8, and there's a remainder there, so that's not evenly divisible. And you'll see that none of these are evenly divisible, but if I change this 7 to a 10, that's evenly divisible. And if I change this 5 to an 18, that's divisible. All right, let's go on to another example. We're going to use the function to determine if a number is even or odd, and we're going to wrap it in an if statement to write out the words even or odd. So here we go. We're going to say if, and then the expression will be mod. We will take the dividend, which is going to be, in this case, an A51. We'll divide it by 2. If that is 0, we're going to say even. And if there is a remainder, we're going to say odd. All right. So we will copy that down, and it's correctly telling us that 1 is odd, 2 is even, and 3 is odd. All right, let's go on to the next example. What we're going to do here is do a conditional calculation. So we're going to calculate only the odd rows. So let's go into the formula here. It looks blank because this if statement evaluated the row number, saw it was even, and then just output what's in these quotes, which is nothing. So let me double click on this, and we are saying if the mod of row, so the row function just returns, in this case, 76, because that's the number of the row. If when we divide that by 2, the remainder is 0, so that's checking to see if it's even. Do nothing. If it's odd, multiply these two numbers. So that formula is copied down, and it does a multiplication problem in row 77 and 79, but skips it in 76 and 78. All right, and if you're working in a large table of numbers and you're adding numbers at the bottom, you may want to keep the table sorted, but if you're sorting it, you have to redo the sort with every row that you add, right? Well, next we're going to look at an add-on in Google Sheets called StaySorted. And when you use this add-on and you add new rows to the bottom of your data, they're automatically sorted into the right row. I'll see you in that video. Thanks for watching.